Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. How are you today? I hope you are all in a good condition like me. So, since it is our first meeting, let me introduce myself. My name is Syafana Virgianti. You can also call me Miss Syafana, and today I'll be your English teacher for 15 minutes forward. Okay, before we study, let's pray together. Pray begin. Today, we will learn about how to start and end conversations with other people. But before getting into the material, I'd like one of you to share your experience of starting a conversation with other people, especially with strangers you meet everywhere. Who wants to share? Well, thank you for your experience. After we hear experience based on what your friends have been through, we all know that a lot of people have a hard time starting a conversation with other people, right? So that's one of the reason why we should learn expression of starting and ending conversation, because first impression are very important. So to start and end the conversation, we need some tips to remain polite to other people we don't know. There are 4 tips to get started. First, observe the person you want to speak to. The second is introduce yourself. The third is make a contact. And the last is position yourself at a comfortable distance. Then, in starting a conversation, most of us start in one of 5 ways. First is asking a question, such as asking for direction, a place, and etc. The second is requesting something, such as asking for help to open the door, or it is etc. Third is commenting on something in the environment. Fourth is giving a general greeting, for example, like hello. And the last is making a personal remark. Next, we can use these tips for choosing some topics. There are try to find a topic you have in common, like small talks helps with this. Next is get the other person to talk about themselves. Next is introduce a topic so they know what you will discuss. And then determine if you have enough time to fully discuss a topic. And the last is avoid subjects like money, salary, rent, cost of possession, religion, etc. Okay, until this part, any question? Okay, next we learn about example of expressing and starting a conversation. There are 2 concepts. The first concept is a casual concept where we can use it with people we already know before. For example, hi Avan, morning Mark, good afternoon Mr. Johnny, and last good night Trevan. The second concept is a natural concept where we can use it with people we don't know before. For example, are you fresh graduate? Can you tell me your name again? What class are you? Where do you stay in New York? Okay, then next we'll learn about tips how to ending a conversation. There are 3 tips. The first is explain why you have to leave. Second is bring another person into the conversation and excuse yourself. And the last is use a closing phrase that signals you need to end the conversation. Next is think of 3 possible reasons that you might to explain to someone that you need to end the conversation. And then think of 3 statements to signal that you need to end a conversation. Then here's the example of expression in ending a conversation. Just like the expression in starting a conversation, ending a conversation also has 2 concepts. The first concept is a casual concept where we can use it with people we already know before. The example is, sorry, I have to go home now. See you later, I have another business, so I have to leave. I wish I can stay here some hour later, but I must go to school. Unless I should get going, it was nice talking to you. And the second concept is a neutral concept where we can use it with people we don't know before. Such as, well, thanks for your time. I hope we can meet again. Sorry if I'm bothering you. Thanks for your information. Thanks for telling me the information. I hope we'll meet again. The last is, let me go because you have told me the way to go to school. Okay, now I will show a video as an example of the application of the expression in starting a conversation.
We are going to talk about how to start a conversation with someone. Conversations are a way to connect with others and share information. We might have conversations with people we know and people we don't know. Who are some of the people you might have conversations with in a day? You might have a conversation with family members, teachers, classmates, friends, teammates, and other kids you meet at places like stores, the park, or your neighborhood. Starting a conversation can be different, based on whether or not you know the person. Let's talk first about having conversations with people we know. Let's say you want to start a conversation with someone you know in your school. You might start with a greeting and then ask a question.
Hey, what's up?
Nothin', just waiting for class to start. How are you?
Good. Are you going to Lego Club after school today?
I'm planning on it. I have a lot of great ideas about what to work on.
By starting with a greeting, and then asking a question about something happening, these two friends have started a conversation. The conversation may be long or short. When we know someone, we can usually talk about topics related to the past, present, future, and interests. Questions about the past focus on what someone has done. For example, what did you do last weekend? Questions about the present ask about what is happening right now. For example, you might ask someone, are you having fun? If something fun is happening right now. Questions about the future might include plans that others have coming up either soon or even later on. For example, you could ask, what are you doing for summer break? Finally, conversations about interests have to do with hobbies, activities, and interests of the other person. You can ask questions like, what is your favorite video game? Let's watch another set of friends and see how they do. Notice that we usually start conversations when someone is not busy, and they seem interested in talking.
What do you think of the new Star Wars movie?
I haven't seen it yet. Did you like it?
It was awesome. The special effects were really cool.
What type of conversation topic was this? Past, present, future, or interests? You are right. The two friends are talking about things that interest them, movies. They are probably having green thoughts and feelings about each other. Notice how both friends are using their head. Happy voice, eye contact, answering questions, and distance arm's length away. Now let's see how it is different when we are talking to people we do not know well. We might meet someone our age at a park, store, or event. If they look interested in talking, We can make a comment about what is happening or ask a question that has to do with what is going on. Let's watch as two people are at the same booth at a carnival, looking at iPads and tablets.
Oh cool, the latest model. I hadn't seen one of these yet.
Wow. Me neither.
Do you like to play games or watch videos?
I love playing Minecraft.
Me too.
Cool. Well, gotta go.
See ya.
That was a short conversation about what was happening. We call these types of conversations small talk, because they are usually short and not personal. We will talk more about when, how, where, and with whom to practice starting a conversation. The more you practice, the easier it gets. We will also work on keeping a conversation going and staying focused on someone while they are talking. For now, let's work with our social team on this skill.
Okay, that's the video. Can it be understood until here? Any question, anyone? Okay, if there is no question, next I will give you the practice that is make a group of 2 members and then you make a short conversation using an example of expression and starting and ending a conversation that we have learned before, and then each group must perform in front of the class. So I think that's enough for this meeting. Thank you everyone and see you next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.